keep up on what offenses are doing so he can counter it.
Now let's take a look at Oplaugo's sack one more time. First of all, Chris, tell me if that stance doesn't remind you of a former BC Lion, now a Pro Bowler in the NFL. And look at that twist and the hands over the top.
Who left Joel Figueroa in his wake.
Cameron Wake. Nice.
It's the playoffs. 2nd and 16. The throw by Harris incomplete. Would have been short of the first down intended for Taekwon Underwood. And neither offense getting anything done here in the third quarter.
Boy, pressure on Kent Austin and Tommy Condell right now to try and figure out how they're going to manufacture some offense with these young quarterbacks. You know, you can only do so much in the run game, and Toronto had countered that by loading the box and bringing more players down to the line of scrimmage.
Can he suit up for the fourth quarter?
I don't think that's in the rules, but you've got to try to find a way.
Headlock against the wind. And the kick is fielded by Owens. It's going to be a no yards call. And Chad Owens dashing into Ticat territory. But that'll be a 15-yard penalty. Ricky Ray and the Argos have been sluggish in the second half, but great field position when we come back.
Tested Cooper SRX tires and said, these tires are insanely good. Hard-working trucks and Cooper STT Pro tires are impressive on all surfaces. From October 1st through December 15th, get a prepaid card worth up to $70 when you buy 4 qualifying Cooper tires. Visit us online or see a Cooper tire dealer today.
Montana's is celebrating new in-house smoked meats for a limited time with the 3-meat sampler event for just $14.99. Get 2 smoky ribs, juicy beef brisket, a pulled pork slider, choice of side, and cornbread, all for just $14.99. Montana's 3-meat sampler event, just 14 days, only until November 15th.
What Ken Austin's team needs is a guy who can make a big play, like Tony Champion in 1989. And he's standing by with Matthew.
Absolutely, Mr. Champion. I want to ask you about that catch back in '89. But you were here earlier this week to talk to the team. What was your message to them?
My message to the team was, if everybody go out and just do their job and play, I mean, don't try to make it a special trip. Don't try to make this. Don't try to make other plays for people. Just do your job, and everything's gonna come out wonderful if you just do your job.
You did your job in 1989. Did you tell the players about that catch? Did they ask you about it? And maybe more importantly, did you and Ken Austin relive that '89 Grey Cup at all?
Well, we talked about the Grey Cup, and we talked about a lot of other things, and a lot of players talked about it because they saw it on YouTube. You talking about young guys, and they saw it on YouTube. So to get to see me, the person that made the catch, I guess is exciting to them, you know.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Champion.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, great to see Tony Champion, and I was about 3 yards away from
one of the best or worst seat in the house for that.
Worst seat at the moment for us, but was maybe the best catch in a championship game I've ever seen.
With broken ribs, and you and I are both so unoriginal. Both, when we met him yesterday, asked him the same question first. How are the ribs?
Yeah, I gave him a little punch back in there. Great to see him, though. He looks good, and talk to the team, as Matthew mentioned. And Ken Austin thinks it's very important to get the history of this franchise and make sure that the players understand the guys that went before him.
Eric Norwood injured on that last run by Chad Kacker, too. If he'd beaten the first wave, might still be running.
Yeah, there was not a second level there, and Chad Kacker got up. He just got tripped up, or he might have had a good-looking run, and it doesn't look good for Eric Norwood here. Norwood is he's the guy who dives and just gets a piece of You can see that knee bends awkwardly in a direction that's not supposed to. Getting hit by Simone Lawrence. I was about to say the good news, and Lawrence knew right away. The good news is that Lawrence is back. He was knocked out of the first half, and so was Taylor Reed. They're both back in the game, but this does not look good for Eric Norwood.
Arnaud Gascon-Nadon out of Laval has to come in to replace Norwood. 2nd and 5 for Ray and the Argos. Ray steps up, throws over the middle. Is it caught at the 25-yard line? It is. Deontay Spencer scoops it off his shoe tops and a big first down and 15 more for Toronto.
Good talk yesterday with Scott Milanovic and just talking about his receiving core, and he was really excited about just how well Deontay Spencer's been playing.
Now they're going to rule incomplete. Spencer pleading with the Argos sidelines to challenge.
Hands underneath.
And a challenge is coming from the sidelines as Spencer was very demonstrative to make sure Scott Milanovic challenged the call.
Well, two things here. One, Spencer
Toronto is challenging the ruling on the field of an incomplete pass. They believe the pass was completed. The play will be reviewed.
Spencer had his hands under. You could see from that first view, and he did show the official the ball quickly. But remember, you have to survive contact with the ground. You can't use the ground. The ball can't touch it to help you make the catch. We lose sight of it a little bit there.
Hands underneath. Official who might have been blocked out thought it was trapped. Has to be conclusive to overturn, but
that shows the hands right there. The hands are underneath, so it's the hands that hit the ground, hit the turf. This is the one angle you haven't seen yet. That's the reverse angle. And watch how quickly he shows the official that he had his hands underneath and it was not touching the ground. He shows it right there. Looks like a catch to me.
He's been the favorite target so far today.
I was about to say how excited he was, and Scott Milanovic, to see Deontay Spencer play so well in the back half of the season and heading into the playoffs. You know, the Argos have relied on that big three in the receiving core with Kevin Elliott, Vidal Hazelton, who was a scratch for this one this afternoon, and Torrey Gurley. Well, two of the three not in the lineup due to injury here today. And Scott Milanovic said he felt that Spencer would be a difference maker.
The Argos had 2,861 receiving yards from 5 new receivers this year, including Spencer, and the group you talked about, the big three, might be the best recruiting in 1 year in a long time at the receiver position.
After review, the ruling on the field is reversed. The pass is completed. It will be first down Toronto at the 24-yard line.
Well, that's a big challenge.
Toronto.
Big challenge.
Good challenge. It gets it into plus territory and another set of downs for Scott Milanovic. So, you know, Deontay Spencer knew right away. He had his hands underneath it, and he signaled to Scott Milanovic, and he was convincing.
You can't always believe the receiver.
No, I would say it's a 50-50 proposition, but he sold it well.
6 of the 12 completions for Ricky Ray have gone to Spencer. A first down. Fake to Whitaker. Time running out. Now he dumps it off to Whitaker. Got some room. And Brandon Whitaker breaks a tackle, has a first down, and steps out at the Ticat 9. 15 for Brandon Whitaker.
This is recognition, first of all, from Ricky Ray, because he's going to get Brandon Whitaker to help out in pass protection first. But the one thing that Ray knows is that if he has to go to his dump down, his relief valve, it's going to be Whitaker. Now, Whitaker right now is going to block, and then he kind of just releases. Ray runs out of time, but because he understands the offense top to bottom, he knows he's got that guy just in case.
First and goal. Short drop. First two options not there. Now throws. End zone touchdown. Chad Owens. An Argonaut touchdown. Well, Ricky Ray went through his reads that time and found the target.
You know, he played a little rope-a-dope in the second quarter and a little bit at the beginning of this quarter where he's taking some hits. He was leaning against the ropes, and then now he's got the offense rolling, and he threads the needle there to Chad Owens, finding a little running lane. That's pocket presence from Ricky Ray.
Third touchdown catch in the postseason for Owens from Ray. After the big challenge of the Spencer catch, Waters adds the extra point, and the Argos now get a second major with the wind and have a 12-point lead.
Hey, just find the windows, that's all.
You know, Chad Owens
That's it.
ranked 5th in the receiving corps. Not Chad Owens type of numbers this year, but Chad Owens is the veteran with playoff experience, and watch him work himself open for his quarterback. He sees where the coverage is sitting, he finds a little hole, and he provides a target for Ray.
You heard him say, just find a window, and Ken Austin mentioned yesterday, Ricky Ray anticipates the open window as well as anybody.
Big touchdown for the Argos when this quarter, just 5 minutes remaining, they got the wind at their back. They had to get in the end zone with the wind at their back, and they get it done.
4 plays, 43 yards in a minute 29. Putting a little more pressure on the home team. Banks driven back inside his 5. And Vincent Agnew will make the tackle just beyond the 20-yard line as Banks is contained that time.
There was a hit. Martin Wright on the special teams coverage for the Argos. That's a wedge return, Chris, where Brandon Banks trying to get up in behind this wedge. Watch 75 for the Toronto Argonauts come down here and bust this wedge right in the front of your screen. He blows it up right there. D lineman covering kicks.
Jeremiah Mazzoli comes back in at quarterback. Hand off to C.J. Gable. And Gable, tough man to bring down as he crosses the 25.
Taking a look at Ken Austin's decision here now. He's got 2 quarterbacks that aren't seeing it and not accurate in the passing game. So Tommy Condell and Ken Austin have probably been talking about it and said, listen, with Jeremiah Mazzoli, at least we've got a run threat. And if both quarterbacks are struggling, both these young quarterbacks throwing the ball, maybe we can get it done on the ground. They got to manufacture some offense here.
Ticats stuck on 1 first down here in the second half. 2nd and 4, push run. Mazzoli steps up, and Jeremiah Mazzoli will run for a first down up at the 34-yard line.
And that's what they have right now, and they're going to try and milk that as much as they can. Quick passing game, go back to the original game plan. At least get the legs of Mazzoli going here and see if that can break it down. He makes a nice move in the open field.
8th run, 47 rushing yards for Mazzoli on the day. First down up at the 34. Quick hitter to Taekwon Underwood, and Underwood able to keep the legs churning to get another first down up at the 45.
The other thing they have as a threat that Tommy Condell could possibly go to is 2 in the backfield. Whether it be Underwood, and they've seen some Sinkfield back there as well with C.J. Gable.
A little surprised we haven't seen Sinkfield, who has lined up in the backfield a lot this year. Here's Gable. Big game. C.J. Gable thunders into Argo territory. And the Ticats are in business down at the Argo 43. 22 yards for C.J. Gable.
1 one offensive lineman up front for the Hamilton Tiger Cats have played all 18 games. That's Peter Diakowski, and he gets a key block right there on Gregory Jones.
Now Mazzoli, keeper all the way, and this time just a yard, maybe 2 off the left side.
Took a second there for the Argos, a couple of plays, as a matter of fact, for the Argos to adjust again. They had Ja'Cory Harris in there, went back to their conventional defense. Now they're going back to trying to play that run-stopping defense they played in the first half.
Ticats kind of trying to keep the drive alive here, 2nd and 8. And throwing the wide open receiver. And it's going to be an easy touchdown for Cody Grant. Game on.
Ken Austin gives Jeremiah Mazzoli a couple of series to watch from the sideline. They go back to their original game plan and once again reestablish their run game. And I think that was just a bust or a defensive back that fell down and slipped in the backfield for the Argos. Bakari Grant wide open.
First points against the wind. Kwasi Owusu-Ansah with an interception earlier in the quarter. Lost his footing, and Bakari Grant makes him pay. 4 touchdowns during the regular season. For Grant, the extra point is good. And again, it's a 5-point Argo lead.
Owusu-Ansah is going to be the guy who falls down here, but it's because of the play fake and how it's designed. He tries to come up first, and then when he redirects, he slips and falls, so Bakari Grant gets in behind him. But it's the play fake and the fake to Underwood on the hit screen that pulls Owusu-Ansah up like that. Now he can't make that redirect. Grant's wide open, and Mazzoli makes no mistake on the throw.
2 of the 4 regular season touchdowns for Grant against the Argos, and he has the first Hamilton major of his Eastern semifinal. That's energized the folks here at Tim Hortons Field.
Watch the jump and the step that the Hamilton defense has this next series. All of a sudden, they've got hope again in their quarterback.
Headlock short boot. Fielded by one of the up men. The Landers has it. Up around the 40.
3 things have to happen in the TD and the fake to Underwood. Underwood on this fake has to come underneath. There has to be a bit of a hesitation from Grant, and then a pump fake there from the quarterback and Jeremiah Mazzoli. They get all 3, and that draws both defenders for the Argos up, and that shoulder fake from Mazzoli on the pump. That's all it takes to get Owusu-Ansah scrambling to try and get back deep.
6 plays, 87 yards. In 3.5 minutes to get right back in the game. Argos start at the 41, double tight ends. Ray has a wide open receiver, a flag comes down. That's Bates who scrambles down to the Ticat 50. Let's find out what the penalty's all about.
Phil Bates is an interesting story. University of Ohio.
Illegal contact and receiver. Hamilton number 0. Penalties decline. First down.
20-yard pickup for Bates. Will stand.
Quarterback in college and running back.
And
played a little receiver as well.
And a guy that Ricky Ray likened to us yesterday as a guy who looks like a tight end. Big target. 3rd game. Ray with some time now running out of it. And he'll get pulled down, but falls forward for a few yards. Down around the 46.
He's been hit a few times, but as this game has gone on, midway through this third quarter, that old line for the Toronto Argonauts, you get your two ends standing up high there, and remember, no Eric Norwood.
2nd and 7. Underneath it goes, and the catch is made for a first down. And Anthony Coombs has another catch.
Ricky Ray throws Coombs open here. He's going to get inside leverage here, and Ray throws it to the spot, and he wants his receiver to just move inside to it, throw him open, coverage on the outside shoulder from Simone Lawrence.
Argo playing hurry up as time runs down here in the third quarter with the wind at their backs. Trying to get it in the field goal range. Dump it off underneath. Whitaker a little stop and start, and he gets driven down at the 32-yard line. He's going to be short of the first down, and the field goal team will come on, and they will have the wind at their back for one last play. Second down. And this will be the last play offensively with the wind.
Yeah, tempting for Ray probably to take a shot with the wind at his back deep here, but you want to just get the first and move the sticks.
2nd and 4. A lot of steamboats. Wants Cackard, who can reach it, overthrown by a stride on the final play of the third quarter. So now Scott Milanovich has a decision. Does he kick a 40-yard field goal into the wind or leave the offense on the field? We'll find out when we come back. Through 3 quarters, Argos have an 18-13 lead in the Eastern Semi. Argos could only increase their lead by 1 through 3 quarters. That was a big touchdown against the wind for Bakari Grant of the Ticats.
Yeah, Jeremiah Mazzoli, and a great strategy from Kent Austin, quite frankly, to pull him for a couple of series. Ja'Cory Harris goes in. His passing accuracy is not there either, so they go back to the strength, which is Mazzoli's running. That starts that drive. They finish with a touchdown. It was a big one.
Going to be an interesting finish, and the Argos with an opportunity to score points for the first time against the wind. But it's going to be a 40-yard field goal for Swayze Waters. And Brandon Banks awaits in the end zone if you make a mistake.
Remember, you've got some bigger guys in your field goal protection team that would have to cover if Waters misses.
As mentioned, the wind's been a factor, but not as big as some games here at Tim Hortons Field this year. Waters has missed it. And Banks will field it, but is he coming out or not? He puts a knee down, so it's just 1 and a 6-point lead for Toronto as we start the fourth quarter. Let's head down to the sidelines. An injury update from Matthew Shinetti.
Guys, just an injury update on Eric Norwood. He came to the sidelines immediately after he was taken off. They looked at his right knee. He was in a lot of discomfort. They immediately put ice on it, gave him crutches, and he went to the Ticats locker room. Guys.
Big loss. One of the top defensive ends in the league. What kind of momentum does Jeremiah Mazzoli and the Ticats offense have off that last possession? Starting at their 35, wind at their back. Mazzoli guns it. Taekwon Underwood's got the catch at midfield. Greg Jones, the middle linebacker, going to make the tackle.
One throw, Chris, seems to have given Jeremiah Mazzoli some confidence. This was a nice throw. He steps up in it and puts it right on Taekwon Underwood, and that little in route inside A.J. Jefferson, and before he gets to Greg Jones.
First down midfield, on a roll with pressure on, and the sideline pattern is caught. There's Banks with another grab into Argo territory.
And another very accurate throw, this time on the run. And this is something that he did when he was back in Oregon in that Ole Miss.
So going back to the touchdown pass, that's 3 completions in a row for Mazzoli.
touchdown pass when a DB slipped, but it's given Jeremiah Mazzoli confidence.
2nd and 3. And Gable made the first man miss and spins for the first down. A flag comes down near the end of the play.
Take a look at what this flag is. It looked like Luke Tasker may have been a little bit late coming into that down block.
Prior to yards being gained, holding Hamilton number 84, 10-yard penalty. It remains second.
It's Bakari Grant, who has been one of the best downfield blockers as a receiver in the league for the last few years. Doesn't like the call. Argos have an injured player down. And that's Owusu Ansah getting attention. So they'll have to make an adjustment on the corner. Matt Black likely to come on.